Hello guys, Colin here. I want to introduce you to my latest purchase. This is a Gibson Gothic Flying V. I think this particular instrument was made in 2001, but Gibson produced this model between the late 90s and the mid 2000s. For those of you who weren't a gestating bundle of cells in your mother's womb at the time, you'll remember how awkward the transition into the new millennium was for fashion and aesthetics. Gibson were going through their goth stage at the time and had painted their entire range matte black, given them black hardware, and they all presumably came with some sad poetry about the futility of life in the wake of the gaping maw of eternity and death. So this is the V from that Gothic set, and it's interesting for more than just its looks. While the 2019 Gibson catalogue has a V that looks very similar to this, satin black finish, black hardware and so on, it follows the stylings of the later Vs. The 2001 Gothic, on the other hand, takes inspiration from the classic 58 blueprint. It's got the pointier pickguard and the 3 inline controls. The only thing missing here is the V string plate chevron, opting for a standard Gibson tailpiece instead. And that's why this instrument interested me. Ever since I had that 58 styled Ibanez V here for restoration, I've been salivating over the prospect of owning a classic 58 styled Flying V. Now, I could have opted for the Epiphone version, or even gone for the Joe Bonamassa signature if I wanted to spend a bit more money, but that seemed too easy. I was looking for a genuine Gibson that didn't cost the earth and something that I could modify and upgrade into my own personal take on a 58V. So I found this when trawling through Reverb. Hosted by Brighton Guitars, I managed to snag this for a cool £600, including shipping. They even went above and beyond to help find this guitar when Hermes tracking lost it. Nobody knew where it was. It's always great to find a shop that will have your back when the courier companies try to screw you over. So let's hear what this sounds like at present, and then I'll talk about what I plan to do with this guitar. My intention here is to get this looking a little bit less like something that would have matched 14-year-old Colin's eyeliner, so the all-black look just has to go. I'm thinking gold hardware is going to look really good on this, bring it closer to a bit of a custom V vibe, so I'm going to swap out the bridge, the tuners, get some covers for the pickups, and so forth. As this is 58 style, the single best aesthetic feature of the 58s was that big V string plate, which is absent on this guitar, so it's very likely that I'll be ripping out that stop bar and drilling through the body for string through mounting. Doing so presents a problem, however, as it's notoriously difficult to get a hold of these V plates for the 58 style V. Gibson won't just give you them, and the ones that you see on eBay from China for a $5 are several inches smaller than the genuine 58 model. In fact, if you don't want to spend around 80 quid on a reproduction, the only other option left is to make one yourself. Guess which approach I'll be taking. As this is a nitro finish, it would be a perfect opportunity to try out some light relicking techniques to give it a bit more of a visual interest. All those brand new shiny gold hardware pieces will also receive a light tarnish to get that aging process going. I like guitars that look old, and if you've got a problem with that, then sorry not sorry. Something I've already dealt with is the absolutely terrible design of a Flying V headstock. I mean, it looks really cool, but when you check out the way the strings come through the nut as standard, you can see it's highly problematic. The sharp kinking of the strings as they pass through the nut is problematic for tuning stability, hence why I've already installed a string buckler. This brings everything into alignment as it passes through the nut. That straight string pull gives rock solid tuning stability, and the strings can move far easier off those low friction roller posts than they could kinking right out of a slot that's the width of themselves. It does mean that I've had to replace the really good looking big truss rod cover with a smaller bell style one, but it's absolutely worth the upgrade for the performance enhancement you get from tuning stability improvements. We're going to leave old Orville on the back of the headstock there looking all spooky. I don't know if I'm going to change anything about the electronics yet, haven't quite decided. The pickups in this are the hot ceramic Gibson pickups, the 500T and the 496R, so it's probably worthwhile sticking with them. If I do want to cover them, the official Gibson gold covers are 30 quid a piece, twice the price of their chrome ones. And then I'd have to get gold pole piece screws for the pickups as well. Now the problem here is that these being American made pickups, the thread pitch on the pole piece screws is imperial, whereas me, being part of the rest of the world who have moved on to a better system, can only get metric, and shipping 12 screws from America is probably going to be stupid costly. But hey, what's a few extra quid when it comes to the perfect looking guitar? So this project is probably going to be some off-the-shelf and DIY parts, so if that interests you, then please do make sure you're subscribed so you can be notified of all updates on this instrument. Patreon's also there for exclusive secret stuff if you want to support me. T-shirts are available as usual, and there's other videos you might not have seen. But that's all for now, guys. Keep it loud, and I'll see you later.